So he sends me flowers with a very sweet note, and I'm like, oh my goodness, my Prince Charming. Yes, God had my prayers and blessed me with a perfect guy. Woo, hallelujah. Where yo? Hi guys, how are you all doing? Damn, it's been forever. But I want to talk about that in another video where I have been, because this video of today is about spilling the tea and oversharing my business. I don't know what spooked me to do this video. Actually, I came across a video like this and I decided, you know what, I'm going to do a story time of mine because it's so similar to my story and I wanted to do it as I get ready. So get ready with me as I tell you about this one time. I'm so nervous. It's been so long since I was on YouTube, so I feel like I don't know what to do and what not to do, but just flow with it. I'm just going to flow with it personally. So yeah, get ready with me as I give you this story time. I already started doing my eyebrows off camera, but I haven't carved them yet. I can't even speak. I can't even speak. Anyway, I'm going to start shaping my eyebrows with the concealer and all that. As I tell you about this one time, I was engaged to a narcissist. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe he wasn't a narcissist. I don't know. You will be the judge of that after the story time. Let's get into it. I'll do my eyebrows as I talk about it and the rest of my makeup. When I feel like I'm getting too carried away by my eyebrows, then I'm just going to cut and finish my eyebrows off camera and come back to continue with the story time. So I'm looking up there because that is where my mirror is. How old was I? I think I was around, oh hell no, I can't do my eyebrows and talk. Let me finish doing my eyebrows off camera. I'll be right back. So this one time, I had made a friend, not a girl. She was older than me. She was a bit mature. She had a child at the time. She was my neighbor, but she had already moved from where I was living to another place. Then we bumped and when she was my neighbor, we were not friends. As in, like, we didn't have a relationship. Not that we had bad blood or anything. We just weren't close and we didn't have any relationship. So later on, after she moved out, we bumped on the road and she asked for my phone number and we just took it from there and started talking, developed a friendship and all that. At the time, I can't call it a relationship, but there's a guy I was talking to, though it wasn't serious. There wasn't like anything much that we had going on with that guy. We were just like really just talking and just, messing around. So this girl tells me one day, by there, are you looking to be in a serious relationship? The girl always wanted to be in a relationship. She was messing around with some guy and the guy seemed like he wasn't serious. He was always lying to her and all that type of stuff. I've always been the type of person that loves beautiful love story. I mean, who doesn't like a good love story? So this girl one time asks me, by the way, Immaculate, are you like looking to date, like to get married or something? And Macu at the time, I was 22. Was I 22 years old or 21 years old? This is around 3 years ago. So I don't know why this April won't just behave. So I told her, I think every girl dates to marry. Anyway, fast forward, she tells me, I have a friend of mine that I think will be really ideal for you. So I told her, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't really do well with blind dates and hookups and all that. I'd rather just go somewhere, not knowing that I'm going to meet a prospective, a future someone. I just really just go and hang out with someone, and if it goes well, then it just goes well. So anyway, we go and meet this guy. The thing is, this guy does not work so far from where I lived at the time. So the guy was good looking, but but hear me out. He wasn't my type. No, I don't know how to say this without getting crucified for it, but he wasn't the normal type of guy I'd go for, if that makes sense. As in, I just felt like I'd normally want like somebody who has their life together, somebody who, like mtu amejipanga, you get? But for me, this guy was someone who was not mature, like mature age-wise, not much. This guy was way older than me. So that for me seemed like a plus, because I figured maybe because he's older, he will be able to be mature and, get his things together. Some people just don't have their life together in good time. It doesn't mean that they can't make spouses. They can't make good spouses. Mistake number one. I should have just listened to my gut and ran. Anyway, this guy asks for my number. I think they had already talked with this lady before, because he was just really friendly and all over me initially when we met. Or by all over me, I mean just like talking. He wasn't like touchy or anything. So anyway, this guy asked for my number. I was really hesitant, so I didn't give it to him. I told him, if we do meet again, I promise you that I'm going to give you my number. Until then, I think you need to take a chill pill. I'm looking down here because this is where my makeup and the brushes are. So this guy told me that it was fine. He wasn't in a hurry to get my number, and he knows that we are meant to be. I'm like, okay, yeah, well, if you say so. So he tells me it's fine. We're gonna be in touch because we have a common friend. So when we meet again, I'm gonna give him my number because I promised to do that. I think we met. I remember I was coming from the office, so it was a weekday. I think maybe on a Wednesday or Thursday, but towards the end of the week. So I go back to my house. Upon going back to my house, this lady is all concerned and asking me, what did you think about my friend? Uliona kama ni chali mpoa ama unaona aje? So I told him, I mean, he seems okay, but I don't think he'd make the idea. Yani, sidhani ni type yangu, So she's like, no, he's a really good guy. And by then he has a child. So he had told me that just the first day that we had met, that very day that tulienda hapo kwa duka yake. Thing is, I had just not gone there to be introduced to somebody. I needed some things that he sold in his shop. So that's how that happened. I needed to buy something, so this lady had told me, acha nikupeleke place yenye utakuwa unanunua the things that you're looking for, and you never know what can come up between the two of you. So I told her, it's okay. Fast forward, she tells me the fact that he doesn't have his life together right now doesn't mean that he won't get his life together, so I feel like you should just give it a try, blah, blah, blah. So what do you think? Should I give him your number? So I told her, no, don't give him my number. Let me be the one to do that when I am ready. So she told me it's fine. Fast forward to the weekend. I came from work on Saturday, because on Saturday we used to work half day. I came from the office on Saturday and then went to hang out with this lady in her house. The story of that lady is just another whole different thing. So anyway, we're hanging out in the house, and then this lady tells me, so we go hang out with what am I gonna call him? Let's call him Cliff. So we go and hang out with Cliff. I'm like, are you sure really? Unajua pia I don't want it to look like I'm also rushing myself, because I really don't want to give the guy the wrong ideas. So she tells me it's fine, don't worry about it. He actually really likes you. He has actually asked me if I think you're gonna see him again. I'm like, I don't think this is a very bright idea, but it's okay. So on Saturday we go and hang out with the guy for a bit. He bought us, the girl akamwambia, see, you buy us lunch since we've come here. Asichana wa Nairobi na njaa. So anyway, this guy gets us lunch. We hang out with him for a bit, and I feel like these people had already talked about something, because the girl kept saying, I need to go, I'm busy, and Gasujui, well, let me just leave you two here because I need to go, and she had a child, because I need to go and take care of my daughter. A lot of stories. So anyway, the guy was cool peeps by then. He was cool. I was not being forced to do anything. I was not being forced to hang out with him. He was actually good vibes. So we hung out with the guy for quite some time until it's dark and he needs to close up his shop. So when the time for him to close up the shop came, I told him, well, this is my cue. I need to go home. So he told me, no, you don't have to go home. I think we can go back to my house and hang out for a while, get to know each other, just the two of us, and then you'll go home later on. So I told him, you're really in a rush to get to know me. I think the best thing for me is to go to my house, hang out, and then we can go on a date or something, maybe some other day. Like, it's too soon for me to be going to your house. So he told me, no, it's okay. Red flag number one, he was really pushy. This guy is the type of guy that was like, why can't we do it? Like, it's okay. As in, not that. Well, then I think I wasn't in my vocabulary. I can't even talk. Like, I just couldn't stand up for myself and be like, no, I'm not going to do this. Like, so he was really persuasive and really pushy. So he told me, no, why don't we just go back to my house? It's gonna be okay, blah, blah, blah. So I told him, well, it's fine, but I'm not going to stay for long in your house. He told me it's okay, as in like just a few minutes of getting to know each other. That's all I need. So I told him it's fine. So we went to the guy's house. I can't decide which color to do. I'm really going for a neutral. I look, I think this shimmer will be just fine. I hope it will be fine. So anyway, we go to the house of this guy. This guy asks me what I'd like to drink. This eyeshadow is, but anyway, it's okay. He asked me what I'd like to drink, and I've always been not like really heavy drinker, but I'm not the type of person that will be at any real risk because I'm taking alcohol. Like I know how to take care of myself when I'm taking some alcohol and control my alcohol. So I told him what I was gonna have, and he got that. And it was on that first day that I got to meet his son. He had a son, and he's the one that was in custody of the child. So I asked him, we hung out, and then I asked him, now this is day 2 of meeting. Let's say we met like on a Wednesday or Thursday. Now this is Saturday, the second time we've met, we've exchanged numbers, and now we're in his house. I know there weren't any baby steps in this situation. So anyway, this story is already 9 minutes long, and I don't want it exceeding 20 minutes. So anyway, we start talking about the baby mama, and he tells me about how crazy the baby mama was, how much she was irresponsible, how untidy she was, how much she used to take a lot of alcohol, how irresponsible she was, how much she didn't even want that child, how much she had to fight for him in order for him to be left, in order for her to leave the child for him. And I really felt for him. If only I knew, like the same way that she's being called crazy, I was also gonna be called crazy at some point. I don't know. I think I should have just known that. So I sympathize with him, and I don't know, he just seemed like a really cool guy. So the way he's telling me all these things, I'm like, why would somebody want to do that to you? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, fast forward to that Saturday, we hang out, we have a great time, if I do say so myself. And then later on in the night, around 11 or midnight, about 11 midnight or 1ish, I decide to head home. So I told him it's time for me to go home, so we're going to be in touch. At the time, I already felt like this guy is actually really charming. He's actually really nice. Maybe I shouldn't look at the type of job he does or his status or the fact that I think he's not where he's supposed to be in life. Please don't crucify me. That is just what I thought and what I felt at the time. So I was like, this guy actually seems like a good guy. And I don't know, at the time I was so obsessed with getting married and having children. And I felt like if I'm not married by the age of 22, 23, I'm running behind time, I'm slacking, I need to give birth, as in, a lot of nonsense. So my frontal lobe was not fully developed. So I totally understand younger immaculate. So this guy asks me if I'm comfortable for him to walk me to my house. He wasn't, like I said, his shop, his house, and my house weren't like that far apart from each other. Like, it's a place that you could walk in like 10-15 minutes. It wasn't that far. So he asked me if I'd like for him to walk me to my house. I was hesitant, but then he was like, I'm the man, let me just get you to your place, yada yada yada. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, if that is what you want, then that's fine. So he walks me to my house, and we exchange pleasantries, good nights, and all that, and that's a wrap. That was it. So that is on Saturday. So now this is where the tale begins. The following week, at work, the following week on Tuesday or Wednesday, thereabout. Now this is day 3. We didn't meet again after that. Now that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, go to work Tuesday. Either it was on Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't remember. So he sends me flowers with a very sweet note, and I'm like, oh my goodness, my Prince Charming. Yes, God had my prayers and blessed me with a perfect guy. Woo, hallelujah. Where yo and yes, wanasemangaje, the devil comes dressed in sheep's clothing, whatever it is they say about that, Nini. So anyway, I get flowers with such a beautiful note, and I'm like, wow, this is what I prayed for. And I'm texting that lady that hooked us up. not hooked us up, like that got us to get to know each other. And I'm like, wow, this guy is just everything. Let me do my eyeliner and come back. This guy is surprising me with flowers and beautiful love notes, and he orders lunch for me, like, as in he's doing everything. Well, not everything, but he's like really trying for the first few days of getting to make that nice and sharp, of getting to know me. And Makyu, like I said, there was a guy that I was talking to at the time. So I'm like, this guy I've been talking to has never actually even gone this mile to do like this type of things for me. Like, I mean, he'd get me flowers, but he didn't get me flowers until like a few months into it. As in, I was trying to find reason why Cliff was better than that guy that I was talking to at the time. So anyway, nice and sharp. Anyway, that evening, this guy asks me if I'd like to pitia him, like pass by his shop and hang out with him, because apparently he can't stop thinking about me. I should have known the thoughts he was having about me were nothing but pure evil. Anyway, I was really excited by the flowers. I was just really happy about him buying me flowers, sending me flowers. I was like, why not? I'm gonna pass by and say hi to you. So when I left the office, I passed by his shop. He was a business owner. I passed by his shop and hang out with him for a bit until it was time for me to go home. He asked to walk me to the house. I told him that was fine. And then upon getting to my house, he had never gotten in my house at this point. So upon getting there, he tells me, why is it that you never let me come into your house? I told him, bro, you need to chill. You just met me. I mean, this is literally the third time you're seeing me. So like, calm down. You're moving a bit too fast. So it's like, it's fine, there's no pressure, and da, 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 da. So upon getting there, he told me, or alternatively, we can go to my house. And since he had a house help, like I said, he was living with his son. So he told me we can go to my house and take dinner there because it's already prepared, and then you'll go back to your house eventually. So I told him, well, I mean, it's fine. Otherwise, it will spare me the trouble of having to cook. So I was cool with it. So we went to his house, and then we had dinner. He tried to get me to stay over, but I told him I thought it was too soon to be spending the night in his house, or maybe some other day, which he respected. He wasn't like pushy about me spending the night in his house. So it became a tendency of every time I come from work, I'm going to see him. And Maki, this is the following week of getting to know each other, since we had met the previous week, like on a Wednesday, Thursday, country member, and hang out with him only once, being on Saturday, and then now on Tuesday when he got me flowers, like once I came back from work. So anyway, the following week was my birthday. So on that Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday comes around, and he asks me how I want to spend my weekend. I told him I don't have any plans. I'm just going to be home. So since my birthday was the following weekend, it was going to be on a Wednesday, and I would be working. He asked me if I wanted to spend my birthday on that weekend, on that Saturday. So I told him, no, I actually already have plans with my friends. So that's how I'm planning to spend my birthday. So he asked me, how comes you're not thinking about spending your birthday with me? I'm already your boyfriend. I'm like, pull up. When did you become my boyfriend, sir? Excuse me. You're my what? So he's like, yeah, I already saw what I wanted in you. I saw you and I know what I want. It's you that I want. I don't understand how I can't call you my girlfriend. I'm like, when did you ask me? Girlfriend, yeah, where? Anyway, he goes like, I already know what I want, and it's you that I want. I've been with plenty of girls in Nairobi, and none matches up to you. So I know that it is you that I want. You're the only one that is delaying this relationship. If anything, I'm ready to take you to the next level. I'm like, bruh, you literally knew me last week. I am not an angel. I have my flaws. And of course, the good side that you're seeing right now is because that is what I want you to see. I am being in my best behavior. Excuse me. The same way you're being in your best behavior. So this guy tells me, no, I actually really do like you. And I'd like for us to actually really get to know each other properly. So, well, that weekend rolls by, and now that is the first full week that we've gotten to know each other well. Stay with me. So the following week comes around, and Wednesday comes, and Wednesday is my birthday, and I want to do my hair so that I can get ready for my actual birthday celebration, which was going to be on that Saturday. So on Wednesday, on Tuesday, not Wednesday, on Tuesday, once I came back from the office, he gets someone to do my hair. So now this is the thing. I don't know if it's the type of people that I'm used to dating, and the type of people that I was dating before him, and the type of people that the type of person that I have dated after him. Because if you're gonna get something from me, or do something for me, I am used to you being the one paying. I don't know if it's just the type of men that I've dated before. So I tell him the hairstyle that I want to do. I show him pictures, and then he told me, "Yeah, I know a friend of mine that can do that for you. So I'm gonna call her to come and do it for you from home, because you'll be tired. You'll be from the office." So I told him it's cool. So the following day I come back, and the lady's already there, ready to do my hair. So she does my hair, and then upon finishing doing my hair, she's like, "Okay, that will be this and this much." And if you're in Nairobi or Kenya, home service is more expensive than going to the actual salon to get your hair done. So I'm like, okay, I didn't have a problem paying. I mean, I was working, but then I'm like, so and so called, but anyway, it's fine. So I pay the lady and then ask the guy later on, and he goes like, no, right now my money is attached because your birthday is coming up and I need to be ready for your birthday because I want to do things for you. I'm like, oh, okay. But I mean, it's the thought that counts. So thank you for actually thinking about doing something for me. Anyway, fast forward. At this time, he has already come into my house. I skipped that the previous weekend. And now this is week 3 on my birthday. Tuesday, I get my hair done. Wednesday is my actual birthday. So in short, it's 2 weeks of getting to know each other. So on Wednesday, I wake up and I'm getting ready to go to work. I'm all excited because, it's my birthday. I'm hyped. I am, I'm all excited and stuff. So I'm in the bathroom getting ready to go to work. And then I suddenly see somebody on the door. I'm just coming from the bathroom, and I'm on the mirror getting ready, doing my light makeup to go to the office. And then suddenly he comes and he's singing happy birthday to me, and I'm like, aww. What? He's singing happy birthday to me, and I can see he has like a gift bag, and before I know it, boom, somebody's on their knees and he's telling me how lucky he is to have met me, how he's never met anybody like me, and how much he can't see his life without me. How he cannot see his life without me, how he, all the lovey-dovey stuff. And he's like, "So, Immaculate, will you marry me?" Oh my God. I promise you all, I didn't cry. I just felt like, this is so sweet. I need to find tears. Immaculate, find tears. Come on, girl, find tears. But I couldn't find tears, but I'm like, oh my God. Hey, Immaculate. I'm like, oh my God, this is so sweet. Yes, of course I'll marry you, my love. So anyway, I said yes. I took the ring. I mean, a big part of me was like, Immaculate, you're making a grave mistake. Like, run for your life. This is too soon. Run. But then another part of me was like, but I prayed for this. But I prayed for a serious guy. But I prayed for a guy who is like going to sweep me off. Okay, that wasn't sweeping me off my feet. But I'm like, I prayed for a guy who is going to love me and who is going to show me all the love and affection and who is going to know what he wants with me, And here he is. Why am I so scared all of a sudden? I think this is the right guy. I think this is the guy for me. Like, I shouldn't be scared. I shouldn't really be worried. I should have just listened to my gut and run. Anyway, I say yes, I do, and head to work. And he's like, now promise me you're never going to remove this ring, because now we are husband and wife. According to him, that was it. That was a wrap. That was it. So I'm like, yeah, I promise. Why would I want to remove this ring? Then you may kapo haitaitoka, blah blah, all the lovey-doveys. So I head to work. Upon heading to work, I had a friend of mine at the office. Her name is Beryl. So I get to the office, and at the time I'm scared shitless. So I need some advice from Beryl. So I think Beryl actually noticed the ring before I told her. I don't know if she did. I can't remember. But then when we were going home, I'm like, Beryl, what do you think? Do you think like I'm moving too fast? Like at what point is somebody supposed to be saying yes to things like this? Like, what do you think? And Beryl is like, I mean, if you love him, like, Beryl is the type of person that um, doesn't get into your business. Like, she's the friend that whatever you choose to share with me is up to you. Is up to you. Like, she won't pressure you into telling her things. So she'll only advise you according to what you've told her, and won't want to know. She won't want to know more. Like, she's not the type of person to be all up in your business. So I told her, and she was like, I mean, if you said yes, meaning you like this guy, so it's really up to you. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Anyway, fast forward to me saying yes. I come back home, and I mean, the mood is still there. We are in a lovey-dovey mood. I'm saying home because at this point I either stay at his place or he stays at mine, like through the night. So mostly at his place to have dinner and tell the child good night, and then head over to my place. And because of work and things like those, once in a while spend at his place, other times spend in my place. So we head over to my place and sleep. Then the weekend rolls around, and then Saturday he tells me that he has a surprise for me. Where is my contour? Yeah, here it is. So Saturday comes and he tells me to just get ready, and that he has a surprise for me. He wants to take me somewhere. So I get ready, ask him the dress code, which he told me. So yeah, we head over to the club. That is where he was actually taking me. So we went to the club. It was during the day. We went to the club, and the night comes around. And this entire time when he proposed, when he's taking me to the club, none of my friends are there. Maki, I've only known this guy for 2 weeks. Dead ass 2 weeks. He hasn't bothered to ask me, is there any friend of yours that you'd like for me to contact, like in order for me to surprise you? Nothing. So we head over there, and I'm like, so like, what's the plan? He's like, let's just have fun, we're in the club and things of that sort. So we begin to have fun. It's good times, and we're with his friends that I actually don't even know, that I have no relationship with. I mean, I just met the guy. So we're with his friends, and then before I know it, the night is here. We went to the club during the day. Like, it's more of a restaurant-y club. Like, it turns into a club at night. So we hang out over there, and then the night comes, and then when the night comes, suddenly the DJ is announcing, happy birthday, man, congratulations, and I'm like, this was the surprise, oh my goodness. So anyway, a cake comes. I think I have a picture. But if I put up a picture, maybe he'll know I'm the one. But then even if I don't put up a picture of that cake, he'll still know he's the one I'm talking about if he watches my videos. I don't know. So the cake comes, and it was a really pretty cake. So the cake comes, it's a really actually nice cake, and they're singing happy birthday to me and congratulations, because he engaged me and things of that sort. And I'm like, oh. Anyway, that night comes and goes. It was a beautiful night. We had fun. That I can't deny. We had a really good time. And this time I haven't spent even a single coin. I didn't spend anything other than the time I did my hair, which I did my hair, so it's okay. So my birthday, I didn't spend anything. He spent all the money. He didn't ask me for any amount of money, which was really sweet, which was really nice. Bearing in mind, this person just met me. So we go back to his place now. We didn't go back to my place. And I'm like, yeah, well, I guess this is it. And from there, henceforth, he's referring to me as his wife, by the way. I'm no longer even a girlfriend. I never even became a girlfriend even for a day. I mean, I think I became his girlfriend when the first day he met me and decided, you're not my wife, girl. So anyway, we go back to his place, and Sunday comes, and then Monday, I go back to work. So upon going back to work, now this is week 3. Now, a full week. We've known each other now for 2 full weeks. Now, the 3rd week, he's like, Monday, I go to work and then come back. So when I came back, he tells me, I think it's time we moved in together. Mistake number. At this point, they've all been mistakes. From the first time I said yes, it was all a mistake. All of it, everything was just but a big mistake. So anyway, he tells me, I think it's time we moved in together. So I told him, don't you think we're rushing a bit? He's like, no, how can you say that we're rushing? I don't think we're rushing. We're basically married, so why not just live together? I'm like, yeah, well, somehow you're making sense, but I feel like this is a bit too soon for me. So he tells me, no, can you imagine we're paying rent at your house, paying rent? We, as if he was helping me pay my rent. But anyway, he's like, we're paying rent in your house, paying rent in my house. I feel like if we join effort, it's going going to be, cheaper and all that type of stuff. And then I'm like, Immaculate, come on, you prayed for this, you wanted this. He is a man who actually loves you, so why not? And I was like, you know what? It's fine. Go ahead, get a house. So since I work all day, like I'm employed and he's self-employed, it was the only one who was in a position to find a house for us. So I'm like, it's fine. You can go ahead and get a house. So he told me it's fine. So he went ahead and looked for a house for us. And on Tuesday, when I came back from the office, he told me, I think we can go so that you can see the house. It's actually a house that I feel is of standard and a house that you will like, and yada yada yada. So now we go and see this house. It was actually a really beautiful house and a modern house. Now the thing is, I asked him, how much is this house costing? And then he goes ahead and tells me, it's costing, was it around 28,000 per month or 30,000? I don't remember very well. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, where I live doesn't cost that much. What's your plan? He's like, don't worry about it. I got you. Don't worry, like, relax. I'm like, okay, are you sure we're going to be able to afford this? He's like, yeah, I'm sure we're going to be able to afford this. My business is actually picking up pretty well. I could see like, you can tell somebody's lifestyle and the things they can afford and the things they can't afford. So I'm like, okay, well, if you insist, then why not? So we go ahead and get the house. Upon getting the house, now that is on Tuesday, yeah, when I left the office, that is when he got the house. So I went and saw it, and then he tells me, I think we can move in on Saturday. So I told him, okay, well, if you say so, it's fine. My dear husband, because right now he's a husband at the time. So Saturday comes and I come from the office. Did I even go to work on that day, or I actually just I think I stayed at home. I didn't even go to work so that we could move in. Mark you, all this time I haven't even told my mom that I'm married, because we are referring to each other as husband and wife at this point. I haven't even told my mom that, Mom, I'm no longer living in my house and I'm moving in with somebody. I haven't even told my mom. So anyway, Saturday comes and we move in together. Now, when I met this guy, he didn't have much in his house. Like, he just had a couch, a stand, and his bed. And he was living in a 2-bedroom house. So most of the things that I move into the house with are mine. So my couches, my TV, my bed, my carpets, utensils. He actually just had 2 sufurias. Like, he's a man living alone, so that I understand. So we move in together, get the house in order, everything is going well. Now we've moved in together on a Saturday. So it is on that Saturday that we've moved in that I decide to call my mom and tell my mom, hey ma'am, by the way, there's this guy I met and he seems really nice, and we have moved in together. And my mom is like, what? Ati? Do you know how old you are, young girl? At the time, I'm like, no, mom, please support me, because I actually really like him. He has done blah, 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 blah for me. What? He has bought me flowers and literally a cake for my birthday and asked me to be his wife. And I was blown away. Anyway, we moved in together on Saturday. Now, this is where the tea begins. Suddenly, he's not sweet anymore. It's like that part of him just vanished. I don't know. Like, it's like we moved in together and he woke up a different person, because I can't even explain to you what happened between Saturday of moving in together and the previous week of all the lovey-dovey. So anyway, I wasn't feeling too well on that Saturday. So he goes and gets me medicine. And then when he comes back, he tells me, so I have decided you're going to be paying the house help and utilities of the house as I pay rent. I'm like, yeah, well, I guess that can work for me. He's like, okay, fine. So he tells me, so I need you to get a house help for us. I'm like, excuse me, sir. Why? He's like, because your son needs somebody to take care of him while you're at work, or you quit your job so that you can take care of our son. I met this guy with a boy, with a child. Suddenly, it is our child. 3 weeks into dating, Immaculate. Now you're going to be a mother by force. It is your son. I'm like, okay, well, I feel like if I reject that, it's gonna cause problems. So I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I'm going to get a house help. I'll find a house help, and So I find a house help and she comes and I'm like, I think I can be comfortable paying a house help. It's okay. So the house help comes and we agree on how much I'm going to be paying her. So I'm going to be taking care of the food that we eat and the house help's salary. So he's like, I'm like, fine, it's okay. There's no problem. So the house help came. We started off very well. She came on Monday, or we moved in together on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The house help came. So when the house help came on that Monday, when I was coming back from work, this guy, I thought the house help had already cooked because we were speaking the entire time when I was in the office about the things that she's gonna cook, what the child is going to eat, and things of that sort. So when I came back, food was already ready, but I didn't feel like eating on that day. I think I had a stressful day at work and I just wanted to get to the house and sleep. So this guy used to come from work pretty late. So when he came back, he wakes me up and he goes like, why are you asleep right now? And I'm like, because I wake up earlier than you do and because I had a stressful day at work. So I just really want to rest. So he goes ahead and tells me, no, I am a Kikuyu man. And as a Kikuyu man, you're not supposed to sleep before serving my food. So wake up, warm food with... wake up, go warm my food, sit with me, ndio nikule, and then we can go and sleep together. Y'all, I'm sorry to do this, but watch out for part 2.